Hey all, so just doing a quick video here, separate from the actual guide I'll be releasing on the Gauntlet. Wanted to show the rewards that I got at the end and what I'm thinking about it. So I will say that overall, I am both very happy with this content and incredibly disappointed in it. I'm happy with it because there's some legitimately very interesting, well-designed fights in it. And there were a bunch of ones where I really had a lot of fun. However, I think that the overall effect of it was that the 20 fights just pointed in too many different directions. And if you didn't have one of, I think 4 champions is probably the fair way to put it. I feel like if you did not have Apocalypse, Professor X, Quake, or Ghost, if you don't have any of those 4, then this content is going to be a lot harder for you than if you did. Quake especially bypasses so much of this. I mean, Kabam knows how distortive she is to the game, and it really feels like they took basically no steps to counter her, other than throwing in a one eye open node on one fight. It's, like I said, it's pretty disappointing. That said, once you get past those few nodes that seem to heavily incentivize relatively broken characters, or one relatively broken character, then there's a lot of cool stuff in here. And there are ways around most of the fights that aren't Quake, but they just feel too restrictive. It's like, it's not that you need 6-star rank 3s. It's not that you need a lot of 6-star rank 3s. It's that you kind of need one of, a few specific 6-star rank 3s. And I'm just not a huge fan of that design. I liked the flexibility of 7.2 better. And I realized that 7.2 was significantly easier, but I do have faith in Kabam. I think that they are smart enough that they can design content that fits a happy medium between those. I think that they can design things that have the flexibility of 7.2 and the challenge here, because I think a lot of the fights did fit that. They just also threw in a few that so many times when we were going through this, it was like, or we could just use this other meta champ. But with that out of the way, obviously I was able to get through this. I actually did not have to end up spending any units, which was nice. I'll go over why in the longer guide video. It ended up being pretty long, so that's why this is separate. I'd looked over the tier 5 catalyst that I had, and I had decided that tech was kind of the way to go, because I have a number of good tech champions that I could take up now. I have Sentinel, I have Punisher 2099, and so even though I already have a fully formed tech catalyst, I figured I might as well start building the next one, because I also have an unduped ghost. And I was very aware during this one that it would be kind of nice to have her up there. But I put my other one into science because I also now have a duped Captain America Infinity War, and was thinking about maybe starting to work on one for Mr. Negative. And then I took Mystic for the whole one because that's the only one where I don't have one of those catalysts formed at all. And so I decided that I wanted that in my back pocket in case Voodoo comes or something like that. Obviously, my last Mystic Catalyst I used to take my unduped Doctor Doom to rank 3, which I had zero regrets over. He pairs excellently with Reed, monster of a champ, and I just wasn't worried about having him duped because I have the 5-star Max Sig. And then this happened. I'm actually somewhat conflicted about this because this is obviously an amazing pull. Doom is one of the best champions in the game. I don't like doing top 10 lists, but I think anybody who made one without including him would have some serious explaining to do. And he's, one of the top prestige champions in the game. There's nothing better than awakening a champion you already took to rank 3. But the conflicted part is now I have to think about what I'm going to do with those Sig Stones. Do I pivot from feeding Tigra as my top mystic to him? Maybe so, but I'll think about that in the future. And so then we had this, and I pulled Cosmic, which I don't mind. These rank up gems will eventually be useful. There are no restrictions on them other than the class, and 6 stars are what we're investing in right now. So there's not really any downside to that. I was just checking to make sure there was nothing else to open, and then we go over here, and I'm going to take a look at my Cosmics. I don't really have anything that I want to jump on right now. You know, Venom the Duck isn't bad, Proxima's not bad, Hella's not bad, Carnage isn't bad, even Black Bolt would be okay with a 6-star Medusa coming, but none of them are duped, so nothing for now. But hey, maybe if there's a Medusa that comes, or if I get Odin from the next feature, which I'm saving for, that's why you didn't see me open any basics. You may have seen I'm closing in on 120,000 6-star shards now, so at least 6 pulls with the next feature. We'll see where it goes from there. If I get an Odin, then I will happily use that gem on him, and I'll figure out what to do with the generic one. Overall, obviously very happy with the rewards. It didn't take that much for me to earn them, other than a bunch of planning and gameplay. But we'll go over that later. I hope that anyone out there about to tackle this has a good time with it. Try to enjoy the fights that you can enjoy and just view the others as, you know, you paying for the rewards, basically. And I think you'll be okay. That's kind of the mindset that I took into it, and it wasn't that bad. But please, and I'll talk about this more in the longer guide, please be aware that this content is not for everyone, and it is possible to get roadblocked. It is possible to blow way more units than you have. It's possible to feel like you have to quit out. Just plan for it, and plan for the fact that the smart choice may be to wait on it until it comes back. Because, I mean, you saw those rewards. They're not going out of style anytime soon. We are working on 6 stars. This is the good stuff.